Good morning, Mally. I'm hoping that you would like to come and snuggle in bed with Grandma and listen to a story. Because Mally's not here, I have Sock Monkey who's going to listen to the story. What do you think, Sock Monkey? Does that sound like a good idea?
Yeah, Grandma, let's listen to a story.
Okay, Sock Monkey will listen to the story. And this is the story we have today. The Tawny, Scrawny Lion. When your daddy was a little boy, he liked this book. Here we have the Tawny, Scrawny Lion. Once upon a time, there was a tawny, scrawny, hungry lion who could never get enough to eat. He chased monkeys on Monday. He chased kangaroos on Tuesday. Zebras on Wednesday. Bears on Thursday. Camels on Friday. And on Saturday, elephants. And since he caught everything he ran after, that lion should have been as fat as butter. But he wasn't at all. The more he ate, the scrawnier and hungrier he got. The other animals didn't feel one bit safe. They stood at a distance and tried to talk things over with the tawny, scrawny lion. There's the camel, and the elephant, and the bear, and the zebra, and the monkey, and the kangaroo. It's all your fault for running away, he grumbled. If I didn't have to run for every single bite I get, I'd be as fat as butter and as sleek as satin. Then I wouldn't have to eat so much and you'd last longer. Just then, a fat little rabbit came hopping by. All the big animals looked at him and grinned slyly. "Rabbit," they said. "Oh, you lucky rabbit. We appoint you to talk things over with the lion." Ooh. This made the little rabbit feel very proud. "What shall I talk about?" he asked. "Any old thing," said the big animals. "The important thing is to get right up close." So the fat little rabbit hopped right up to the big hungry lion and counted his ribs. Whew, he's scrawny. Look at all those ribs. "You look much too scrawny to talk things over," he said. "So how about supper at my house first?" Ooh, he's pretty brave, don't you think? What do you think, Sock Monkey? "What's for supper?" said the lion. The little rabbit said, "Carrot stew." That sounded awful to the lion, but the little rabbit said, "Yes, sir. My 5 fat sisters and my 4 fat brothers are making a delicious big carrot stew right now." "What are we waiting for?" cried the lion, and he went hopping away with the little rabbit, thinking of 10 fat rabbits and looking just as jolly as you please. "Well," grinned all the animals, all the big animals, "that should take care of Tawny Scrawny for today." Before very long, the lion began to wonder if they would ever get to the rabbit's house. Here's the rabbit. What's he doing? First, the fat little rabbit kept stopping to pick berries and mushrooms and all sorts of good things, and good-smelling herbs. And when his basket was full, what did he do? It flopped down on the riverbank. "Wait a bit," he said. "I want to catch a few fish for the stew." This was almost too much for the hungry lion. For a moment he thought he would have to eat that one little rabbit then and there, but he kept saying, 5 fat sisters, 4 fat brothers, 5 fat sisters, 4 fat brothers, over and over to himself. And at last the 2 were on their way again. Oh, look at this. Now they're at the little rabbit's house. "Here we are," said the rabbit, hopping around a turn with the lion close behind him. Sure enough, there was the rabbit's house with a big pot of carrot stew bubbling over the open fire. And sure enough, there were 9 more fat, merry little rabbits hopping about it. When they saw the fish, they popped them into the stew along with the mushrooms and herbs. The stew began to smell very good indeed. And when they saw the tawny, scrawny lion, they gave him a big bowl of hot stew. And then they hopped about so busily that really it would have been quite a job for that tired, hungry lion to catch even one of them. So he gobbled his stew. Look, there he is, eating his stew. But the rabbits filled his bowl again. When he had eaten all he could hold, they heaped his bowl with berries. And when the berries were gone, the tawny, scrawny lion wasn't scrawny anymore. He felt so good and fat and comfortable he couldn't eat anything more. Here's a fine thing, he said to himself. All these fat little rabbits, and I don't have room inside for even one. He looked at all those fine fat little rabbits and wished he'd get hungry again. Mind if I stay a while, he asked. We wouldn't even hear of your going, said the rabbits. And then they plumped themselves down in the lion's lap and began to sing songs. And somehow, even when it was time to say goodnight, that lion wasn't one bit hungry. Home he went through the soft moonlight, singing softly. Here's the lion singing softly. There's the moon. He curled up in his bed, patted his sleek, fat tummy, and smiled. When he woke up in the morning, it was Monday. Time to chase monkeys, said the lion. But he wasn't one bit hungry for monkeys. What he wanted was some more of that tasty carrot stew. So off he went to visit the rabbits. On Tuesday, he didn't want kangaroos, and on Wednesday, he didn't want zebras. He wasn't hungry for bears on Thursday, or camels on Friday, or elephants on Saturday. All the big animals were so surprised and happy. They dressed in their best and went to see the fat little rabbit. There's the bear, and the monkey, and the fat little rabbit. Rabbit, they said, oh, you wonderful rabbit, what in the world did you talk to this tawny, scrawny lion about? The fat little rabbit jumped up in the air and said, oh my goodness, I forgot to talk to that nice lion about anything. We just had such a good time, I forgot. And before the big animals could say one word, the tawny, scrawny lion came skipping up the path. He had a basket of berries for the rabbit sisters and a string of fish for the fat rabbit brothers and a big bunch of daisies for the fat rabbit himself. I came for supper, he said, shaking paws all around. Then he sat down in the soft grass, looking fat as butter, sleek as satin, and jolly as all get out, all ready for another good big supper of carrot stew. And that's the end of the Tawny, Scrawny Lion.